It is easy to think of a financial plan as a finished product. You map out your goals, sign the paperwork, and lock the document away in a vault until retirement. But the world doesn't stand still. Your finalized plan experiences drift, bending off course as it's battered by external forces, like inflation and market swings. Then internal life forces shift: marriage, divorce, or simply a changing risk tolerance. Individually, these changes might seem minor, but when compounded over years or decades, they pull the portfolio so far from its required return that the original plan becomes functionally obsolete. To survive these chaotic forces, a portfolio can't function as a one-way street. It has to act like a control system, one that relies on a continuous feedback loop. In the wealth management industry, this survival mechanism has a specific name: the periodic review. Industry standards dictate that this loop must activate at least every 12 months. It can also be triggered ad hoc, spinning up immediately whenever a major life event throws your finances off balance. This review serves as an active steering mechanism. It transforms a passive set of predictions into a live navigation system. The review process begins with a diagnostic audit to establish current reality. The advisor pulls the exact, up-to-date valuations of every single investment in the client's portfolio. This valuation requires strict parameters. The advisor uses an agreed-upon basis, like consistent bid or mid prices, and deducts all recent management charges and fees to find the true net worth. Next, they look closely at the client themselves. The advisor verifies if any life circumstances, financial objectives, or overall appetite for risk have shifted since the last meeting. They also measure current liquidity. A standard rule of thumb ensures the client holds 6 months' worth of expenses in an accessible cash reserve, protecting the broader portfolio from sudden withdrawal needs. Then comes the crucial mathematical stress test. The advisor checks if their original assumptions, like projected inflation rates and expected investment returns, actually hold up against current market realities. By the end of this audit, the advisor has their ultimate metric, seeing exactly how far current reality has drifted from the required trajectory. Once the drift is measured, the advisor moves from diagnosis to intervention. They take physical action to correct the portfolio and repair the damage. This chart demonstrates the mechanics of rebalancing. Over time, some assets grow faster than others, warping the portfolio structure. The advisor buys and sells assets to force the pie slices to snap back to their target allocation. Beyond asset classes, they scan the specific product wrappers, verifying these funds still align with the client's capacity for loss. Sometimes, tweaking the allocations isn't enough. If the client's life changes are extreme, say a massive career shift or early retirement, the advisor will scrap the existing financial plan entirely and build a new one from scratch. In most cases, this rebalancing acts as a hard reset. It whites out the compounded tracking errors of the past year and aligns the system for the months ahead. The final deliverable of this entire process is certainty. The client walks away knowing exactly whether they remain on track or what specific actions they need to take right now to get there. Now, this shift redefines the advisor's service. The client's fee secures the maintenance of this feedback loop, ensuring the strategy remains relevant as market conditions and personal goals evolve. And this cycle never stops. It continues adapting throughout a person's working life, and right into the decumulation phase, when they actually start spending down those assets in retirement. A financial plan's true value lies in its structural capacity to evolve over time, rather than its initial perfection on day one. Achieving long-term financial security is an ongoing physics problem,